Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM Dumpster Fire. Today we are watching an Arbonne hunt. I forgot there for a second. This is Catherine. I have covered Catherine in, I think, my top MLM fails video last week. No, wait, that wasn't fails. Arbonne hunts in the wild or something like that was the title. She was featured in that video, a few of her clips in which she shared a little bit of her story and then she stopped. And this is kind of like a part 2 from her story, which is a longer live stream, unfortunately. Apparently, Catherine is a daughter of one of top reps from Arbonne, and her mom, I believe, has been in Arbonne for like 20 years or something, and Catherine joined maybe 5 years ago. Maybe I'm misremembering. I'm sure she's gonna say in this live stream, but yeah, Catherine is successful in Arbonne in my opinion just because she's a daughter of one of top reps in Arbonne. So we'll see what she's gonna share in her story today. Before we get into the video, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button if you'd like to support my channel. That's a nice free way to do that. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members, and let's just get right into this video.
I did this, oh gosh, like a month ago. I came on and I started to talk about my Arbonne story a little bit and why I got started and why I started my business with Arbonne to begin with in the very, very beginning. And then I kept saying I was going to come on and I was going to finish that story. And then life got crazy with our move and just, you know, all the things that we have had going on in our life. And I just haven't come back on and finished telling my story. So I'm going to do that now while I get ready and just kind of share. So kind of what I talked about last time in my last live was like the circumstances that I was in life and why I decided to finally get out of my own way and start my own Arbonne business. And just like a little quick, super recap on that, just like in 10-second quick recap, was basically I was working in the fashion industry as a stylist. I was really fed up with working and having no time, no money, you know, and so on and so forth. And for those of you who don't know, my mom has actually been building her Arbonne business for 20 years. So I have always watched her and, you know, people around her build this business for a really...
All right, in part 1, she actually said that she was living alone in LA and she just didn't have enough money. So I don't think she necessarily was getting low paychecks from her previous job. It was just that LA is really expensive if you're living on your own, right? I mean, I'm European and I'm presuming that LA is freaking expensive, especially if you're living by yourself. So I don't think those circumstances are... I mean, obviously moving and stuff can be complicated. It can be very hard to find an affordable place to live, especially when you're on your own. But that wasn't something that was not fixable, in my opinion. It wasn't like something that she wasn't able to change or affect. Like, just girl, don't live by yourself in LA if you can't afford it. I mean, that's why I left Ireland. Was it easy to leave Ireland after almost 8 years? No. But there's no freaking way that I could afford living in Ireland all by myself, so I had to make the decision to leave. So anyway, that's just something that she didn't mention, so I thought I would mention it for her.
Long time. So for me, it was not... I just got Aquaphor in my eye. It wasn't something that was like abnormal or unusual to me. Network marketing wasn't this weird pyramid thing that I didn't understand because I had watched her build this business for so long. I understood it. I just didn't see it for myself. I kind of thought, one, we were in two...
I love that she said network marketing wasn't this weird pyramid thing that I didn't understand. So is she implying that if you think network marketing is a weird pyramid schemey thing, you just don't understand it? Okay.
Two completely different phases of life. Oh my gosh, you guys, my eyes. Oh, it's killing me. We were in two completely different phases of life. My mom was a mom to a kid in middle school and a kid in high school. At the time, I was 23 years old. I didn't have kids. I wasn't married. I was just young, working, aged kid out of college. So I thought I had like a totally different idea and, you know, thought process of what Arbonne was. So to me at the time, it just didn't make sense. But then the more I thought about it and I was like, why would I let my age, which is so funny when you think about it now, because the people who are crushing it, I mean, obviously my mom's generation is still always crushing it in this business, but all the new up and coming people, a warm washcloth would be a great idea, are all the people who are crushing it in the business right now. You know, it's the younger generation is the future. So I'm happy that I finally got out of my way and jumped into the business because my life would look drastically different now. And
okay, Catherine, you are only successful, in my opinion, because your mom is successful in Arbonne. I think that when Catherine joined, her mom probably helped her get successful. Or maybe Catherine already had a following on social media that she could recruit into her team. I'm not completely sure what happened with her, but if your parent is high up in an MLM, it's easier for you to be successful as well. The majority of people who join, whose parents are not top reps in Arbonne or who don't have a big following on social media, they're never gonna make any profit. They have like 99% of chances of never profiting in this business and working for free. The income disclosure statement from Arbonne is gonna be linked down below in the description box. You can take a look at it if you're new, and you're gonna see that the majority of people are not profiting. And it has nothing to do with their work ethics or anything like that. It's the business model that's the issue.
What I talked about on that last live was just that you have the ability to change your circumstances. So whatever you're doing in your life right now, or if you're unhappy with the way your life looks or what's happening in your life right now, you have the ability to change it. And I think so many people think, oh, this is just my life, I just have to live with it, or this is just my finances, I just have to live with it. But it's not actually accurate, because you have the ability to change any circumstance in your life that doesn't make you happy or feel, I don't know, just doesn't serve you, I guess I could.
So what about people who have diseases or who have really major health issues that are not really curable, or there's not much that they can't really change that, can they, Catherine? I think her privilege here is really showing as well. Maybe it's not even privilege, maybe it's ignorance, because not everyone has the same circumstances in life. Not everyone has the ability to change something that they're not happy about, including their finances. It's not realistic for everyone. Not everyone is able to do that, and not everyone has a parent on top of a pyramid scheme. I mean, Arbonne, who can help them build their business, in my opinion.
So that was basically like the quick rundown of what. Yes, hi Devin. Oh my gosh, I miss you. It totally does. It prepares you for seasons. So I that's kind of what I shared in the last one, and then I ran out of time because I was picking up River from school. So I wanted to come back on and share just a little bit more about, you know, what my business has done, and then also just like where we're at in our season of life. I posted a long post about where I'm at in my business right now and where we're going earlier today, but I haven't shared on here like the full, you know, more in detail thing. I obviously try to limit it on my posts so that people aren't overwhelmed and don't read it at all. But basically, when I started,
she doesn't want to write too long captions, but she goes on a live stream and talks about this for 20 minutes. 20 minutes is way too long. Come on, like, people are busy, people have other things to do. Can you not just be short and to the point? Doesn't have to be a 20-minute video, in my opinion. Well, live stream, but anyway, I feel like 20 minutes live stream can be equally overwhelming as reading a long caption. I mean, I guess it depends person to person, but I'm just saying it's too long. This live stream is too long. But these people in MLMs really like to waste people's time, in my opinion, because this is her story. She already shared her story in like a 10-minute video last week that we watched, and now there's another additional 20 minutes. So that's already you talking for almost 30 minutes about this business, which can be equally time-wasting and overwhelming for people as a long post to read.
Started my business back in 2015. I was a 23-year-old, basically straight out of college. I was engaged. Well, we were dating. We got engaged like right when I first.
If you're 33 and you think that people can change their circumstances easily and just change whatever is not making them happy, including their finances, in my opinion, you're very, very privileged and ignorant. So
started my business to my husband. No, we were actually engaged. We were engaged, and I had no kids. My life looked totally different than it does now. Obviously, I was way younger than I am now. And for me, I was working in the fashion industry.
I mean, to be fair, she still looks very young. I think I'm younger than her, and she looks younger than me. And please don't feel obligated in the comment section to tell me that my dark circles are fine. I don't care. That really doesn't bother me. I'm just being realistic.
And I just wanted to change. Like, I wanted to change in my life. I felt like I was working so hard for someone who didn't care about me, didn't care about my dreams, didn't care about my goals, didn't care about my family, my future, anything like that. All they really cared about was that I showed up, I made my clients happy, and I produced a paycheck. So for me,
So she's implying that her upline in this business cares about all of that, which they don't. Her mom recruited her, didn't she? Okay, well, her mom maybe cares. Her mom probably cares about her future and whatnot. But when you're being recruited into an Arbonne business or any other MLM, usually that upline just sees a dollar sign in you. They don't care about your family or your finances or your life or if you're happy. They just want you to recruit and sell more because they get benefits off of your hard work, off of you doing those things. So being in an MLM is not different than working for an employer that doesn't care about you. These people in MLMs, the top leaders, your uplines, they don't care about you either. Like I said, they see a dollar sign in you. They get money off of your hard work. Meanwhile, you're probably not profiting. You're working for free so that they can get benefits and they can live luxurious lives. So it's not different than working a regular job where you're a number that's easily replaceable, which most jobs, it's true, but at least you get paid for the time that you spend working at those jobs, unlike in MLMs where you're working for free.
Wanted more. I am someone who comes from a family of people who just love to do things for people. My mom is, if you know her, you know, she is just an absolute angel and big service mindset people.
Angel on earth, right? That's why she's on top of a pyramid scheme, a product-based pyramid scheme, and the majority of people in her downline are working for free, not making any profit, but she gets benefits off of their hard work. Oh yeah, she's such an angel on earth, your mom. Your mom is a scammer, in my opinion, not an angel on earth.
And I wanted to do something that really allowed me to help other people in the best way I could. Working in fashion was great because I got to make people look good and feel good, but that was all temporary. And I really wanted something that I could make an impact on people's lives long term while also changing my life because, like I told you guys before, I was so unhappy in that circumstance and in that season of life that I was in. So I needed to make a change for myself. And I knew that this could be an avenue for me to not only change my life, but also change the lives of other people around me and really make a difference because I feel like we're all put on this earth for a purpose. For me, it's like my God put me on this earth to, serve people and to better the kingdom. And so this was a way that I was able to serve other people and help other people change their lives, no matter what they looked like, what their lives looked like, no matter what their beliefs were, but just to be able to help people.
Okay, Catherine, how many people do you have in your downline and how many of those people are earning significant income from doing the Arbonne business? How many of them are profiting in the Arbonne business? How are you helping those people? You, like your mother, are scamming them out of money, in my opinion. So how are you helping them? I would love to see Catherine explain the income disclosure statement and why are the majority of Arbonne distributors at the very lowest rank, not managerial rank. Like these people in Arbonne, they love to skip the very bottom rank and just talk about the area managers and up. And they just ignore the independent consultant rank where the majority of people or distributors sit at, not making any profit. So can you just address the lowest rank for us and explain why do these people, and the majority of your downline is not making any profit either. So how are you serving them? How are you bettering the kingdom by scamming these people out of money, in my opinion? Can you explain to us? I would love to hear her explain that. This is just delusional, in my opinion. Maybe delusional is a very, very mean word to use, but like, come on. The majority of people are not making any profit, and you really believe that you're bettering the kingdom? Really?
Make more for themselves. And realize they're made for more. That's why we call our call that I'm doing later tonight Made for More, because it's just to help people realize that they are made for more. So I jumped into my business back in, I want to say, March of 2015. And after telling my mom no for years and years and years, I finally jumped in. I started building my business, and I literally hit the ground running because
love that her mom was trying to recruit her for years and years and years. And this is usually what we see as well, like these people that are children of people who are in MLMs, they just grow up surrounded by MLMs, so they don't see anything bad with it, they don't see through, they don't see that the majority of people don't profit. MLM is just a normal part of their lives. They see their parents being successful and they think like, well, this is a great business opportunity. When you grow into it, it's easier to get recruited into it. I mean, she was 23 when she was recruited by her mom, so she was still young. And like she said in the beginning, she doesn't think that it's a weird pyramid thing. Well, it absolutely is.
I was so desperate to change the circumstance that I was in. I promoted to the 3rd of 4 levels of management, which is the regional.
Let's just note that she just said that her mom managed to finally recruit her into Arbonne when she was desperate, when she was the most desperate and vulnerable. So
Vice president level in 4.5 months into my business, literally like 21 days before I got married, which is totally not typical, by the way. Like, my story is definitely not typical. And if you want to see like typical earnings and typical...
Yeah, it's not typical because your mom is a top rep, and obviously, and that was a huge help for you to become successful in Arbonne, in my opinion. So yeah, it's not typical. Just by you having a parent on top of Arbonne is very untypical. Untypical? Is that a word? It's not typical.
Timelines and stuff like that, you can go to earnings.arbonne.com. But for me, I've never been someone who is interested in what's typical. I've always been interested in what's possible. And if you tell me like this is totally possible, you can do it, I'm gonna try to make it happen. So I went after it and I made it happen. And this was back in 2015. So I promoted to RVP July 1st or August 1st of 2015. I can't remember the exact date. And it was amazing. As a 23-year-old, I was able to walk into a dealership, purchase my dream car, because at the regional vice president level of management, you have an ability to earn what is called the VP Success Award, which at the time was the purchase of or lease of a white Mercedes of your choice. They've recently changed it to, it doesn't have to be a white Mercedes, which is why I was able to go purchase a different car, because I have a growing family and I just needed something bigger. But I miss my G-Wagon and I can't wait to get another one soon. But yeah, so I did that really quickly. And then life happened. About like a 1.5 years after I promoted to region, I got pregnant with my first son, River. And after I had him, I suffered pretty bad with postpartum depression and anxiety, which is super common. And if you are struggling with anything like that, whether it's postpartum or anything in general, just know like you're not alone and it is normal, and just have people around you that support you. But I struggled pretty bad with that. And I felt super isolated. I had River at 25, so none of my friends, I had like 1 or 2 friends who had kids at the time, and they weren't close to me. They either lived really far or were in different seasons of life, and I didn't see them. So I was the only person in my close friend group who had kids, so that's super isolating. If you're a mom on here, you understand, like, having a baby in general and those first 3 to 6 months can be really isolating. And then I'm using all Arbonne makeup right now. So right now I just did the CC cream, which is my favorite thing ever. And then I use our concealers to like highlight and contour my face. But having a baby is isolating, especially when you're the only one in your friend group who has kids. It can be extra isolating. So I really struggled in that first year. Like the whole first year was really hard for me. And I kind of just let it take me out, and I lost my regional vice president title. So basically what happens is I was still recognized as an RVP, but I wasn't getting paid as one because I wasn't maintaining, the sales volume to stay there. And once I lost it, honestly, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I'm not going out. I'm doing some calls tonight, so I just wanted to get ready. What happened when I lost that title was like so huge for me, because what that did was it was like kind of a kick in the butt that I really needed. Yes, send me a message. I would love to help you get started. It was such a kick in the butt that I needed, because I knew what was possible, and honestly, my family needed it at that point. I was a new mom. We were getting ready to move from LA to Orange County. Corey's whole job situation was up in the air, and at the time he had been doing Arbonne with me. And we had 2 Arbonne incomes in our family, and his was still doing great, but mine was not. Not what it, what it was able to do, I guess you could say. And so it was a kick in the butt because I was like, I have this at my fingertips and at my disposal, and I've just totally just let it go. So I'm going to get it back. So I went back to work and I got it back within a couple months. And then from there, things just kind of kept taking off. My team exploded. I got pregnant again I was pregnant again with Phoenix when I got my region back for the second time.
I mean, the way she talks about it, it makes it sound really easy. Like, oh, well, I lost my rank. I was, having issues and whatnot. And then I just got back into it and my team exploded. I'm like, okay, that doesn't happen for the majority. I mean, the majority of people don't even get to a higher up rank so that they can lose that rank. They just remain at the very bottom. And it has nothing to do with their work ethics or the amount of effort that they put in. It's just a business model. And they don't have a parent who is at the top to help them, in my opinion.
And my team was growing like crazy. We were expanding. There was people promoting left and right. I had sponsored 2 new rock stars who ended up being two of my first RVPs in my business. And then, so March of 2020, we had like a major boom in our team. And the following month we ran for the top level of the company, which is national vice president. And, which was super exciting.
And we know that 2020 was a very successful year for most MLMs out there because a lot of people were suffering. We were in quarantine. A lot of people lost their jobs, their income, were desperate, including me. I was almost recruited in Arbonne myself in 2020 when I was jobless. So
exciting. I had 4 girls. Oh, my light just died. It's okay. I had 4 girls on my team that started running for the regional vice president, which is that 3rd of 4 levels of management where I was. And the energy was super high. Momentum was really high. And it was amazing. Like, we were so excited. It's just going to keep dying. So I'm just going to let it go at this point. We were super, super excited. And we went into qualification like halfway through the month in April, which is not super common. And then our numbers were like triple what they were the month before, which was crazy. So super exciting. And I had 4 girls on my team who were in my direct to me, went into qualification for the third of four. Hold on one second. I'm going to turn at least this little lamp on. Maybe not. It's not working. It's okay. You guys can see me. I'm pretty much done with my makeup for the most part. So I had 3 girls direct to me, promote to the 3rd of 4 levels of management in Arbonne. And then the following month, we finished 3 promoted, and then the 4th one promoted the month after that. So to say I was on a
considering that she has a lot of people in her downline, that is not very many people promoting to higher ranks.
High is like an understatement. We were so excited. We were definitely on a high. And then, as you guys know, the world just kind of blew up in our faces with COVID and just so many things happening. I mean, our world just kind of shifted and changed, and there was so much happening in everyone's life. And then life happened for me. I kind of talked about this in my post earlier, but we always tell people in Arbonne to prepare for impact and to build this business for impact, for when impact seasons happen. That can look different for everybody. And for me, it just looked like craziness. If you guys follow me mostly you follow me if you're watching me, but we had a robbery back in November of 2022. We were actually in Nashville checking out locations and homes, and my husband came home to find our house had been robbed. And that was an extremely violating and tough season for my family. We made the decision at that point to almost definitely leave California, let alone move out of our house that we had been in for 5 years, that I had brought 2 babies home to. And that was a really tough decision for us. And so we had to move out of our house in like a couple months. And we moved into Corey's parents' house temporarily because the boys were still in school. We didn't want to take them out of school. So we decided it would be a good idea to drive an hour and a half to school and an hour and a half back to school from Inland Empire to Orange County 5 days a week, which was a lot for us.
That is a lot, because my very first job in Ireland was an hour and a half in one direction from the apartment that I used to live in, and it was horrible. It was horrible. I mean, I would travel an hour and a half, then run around the shop for 8 hours, and then ride for another hour and a half back home, and I would just shower, eat, and go into bed. Sometimes I wouldn't even eat. I would just shower, go to bed, do it all again the next day, 5 days a week as well. It was extremely tiring. It was really exhausting. Spending 3 hours driving to pick up your kids from school or drop them off, that's a lot.
As well. And in between that time, you guys, also, I've been obsessed with putting little freckles on my face. And I just use a little brown liquid eyeliner and just add freckles. And it's been so fun. So yeah, life just got a little crazy. And there was so much happening in my life and in my business. I had some leaders walk away from their business, which is, it happens. But these are people that I loved so much, still love so much. And it always hurts a little bit. And it can take you out sometimes. But
note how she said, I loved them so much. She doesn't love them anymore. She corrected it, I still love them, but presume she's not in a very good relationship with those people because they left her MLM, because that's what happens. We hear that so often. When people leave your team, when people leave your downline, you don't really talk to them anymore. You're not really friends, and you're hurt and you feel betrayed that they left your team. Even though, shouldn't you be happy if they're leaving for something better? But of course, like, she earns a lot of money from those people, her leaders, those leaders and their downlines. So if they leave, they take some people off of her team with them as well. So she's losing paycheck. And that's why I feel like, in my personal opinion, that's a big chunk of why they feel betrayed when people leave the MLM.
Just things that had happened. And I allowed my business to be the thing that I kind of put on the back burner. And I'm so grateful and blessed that I was even able to have the business that I had built up to that point, for my family during that time. And, us buying a house in a different state all the way across the country. My business helped us, be able to do that. And I feel super grateful, super blessed for all of that, and just super excited. But, with all of that, again, I let my title slip away from me. So I am now in title maintenance for National Vice President, which essentially, like I said before, with Regional Vice President means that I'm still an MVP. I'm just getting not paid as one right now because I'm just not maintaining that volume. But we are back in crazy momentum. There's so much excitement happening within my team. We have people coming back that left the business. We have new people joining the business. And things are just getting really, really exciting. Right now, there's a lot happening in our company that we're excited about. We have a brand new female CEO, which is really exciting, who has been with us for a really long time, and we love her. We're super stoked. But yeah, so like, energy is up, excitement is up, and we're super excited and ready to just build it back, even bigger than we built it before. And with the right people, the right time, I just am super, super excited. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's where, like, as quick as I could possibly give you, catch up on what's been going on in our business in the past couple years. But super stoked and super excited and ready for what's to come. I mean, my team is on fire, and I have some freaking rock stars on my team who I love so much, and I cannot wait to see what, happens with their...
She loves them so much. Unless they leave, then it's gonna turn to, I loved them so much.
Business over the next 6 months, I think, are going to be crazy, and I'm super excited. So I'm really proud of myself for not crying this whole entire time while I was doing my makeup, because it's she's live, baby. I know I saw your text come through. That's why I haven't texted you back. But yeah, we're excited, you guys. Rise Nation 2.0. It's gonna be crazy. We're super, super stoked, and life's about to get really exciting, and business is about to get really exciting, and I'm just ready to help as many people as I possibly can have success with our business. And that's like the season I'm in right now. So we're stoked. I have something in front of all the comments because of what's holding my phone up, so I like can't really see all of your guys' comments, but I'm going to try to look through them as quickly as I can before I jump off of here. But if you messaged me on this live and said that you wanted to chat about Arbonne, just send me a message and we can chat. Open the blinds for more light. I know I should have, but they're behind me. I should have turned around, but it is what it is. If you missed it, my ring light died. Somehow this charge has made it on this thing all the way from Vegas until now. I don't know how, but it finally died. I mean, it'll turn on for like 2 seconds so you guys can see my makeup, but it's not going to stay on for sure. But this thing's the best. I've linked it on my stories a couple times because it's a great light. I just really need to charge it. But that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. Thank you for jumping on. And just keep following along. And there's going to be a lot of excitement and a lot of really cool things happening. If you would like to chat about Arbonne, definitely.
All right, I think we've heard plenty. We've been here for a while. Oh my god, I feel like this live stream was way too long. I didn't even go through the whole 20 minutes, but it still feels like it was really long. And I just hit my elbow off my chair. The funny bone. Yeah, I think a lot of her privilege, like I said, and ignorance came through this live stream right here because not everyone is able to change their circumstances and not everyone is able to change their situations. And the majority of people are not going to do that with an MLM because they don't have a parent that was at the top for 20 years and they don't have a big social media that they can recruit into their team. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys thought about this. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way through to the end. That really helps my channel out. And don't forget to click the like and subscribe button if you'd like to support my channel. That's a nice free way to do that. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members. Thanks guys for being here and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.